Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffy is suspicious, while Carter makes a shocking request. Then's a regard of what's ahead. Carter was confident he and Hope did the right thing with the Forrester Creations preemption. But now, he might be having alternate studies. Carter's guilt over betraying Ridge and Eric has been eating away at him. His guilt increased after last week's talk with Brooke. This week, Carter takes way to timber amends. He asks Hope to apologize to Ridge and Steffy, a request that shocks her. Whether Hope apologizes or not is to be determined. But this could be the morning of her bifurcation with Carter. Away, Finn is at his office. The Croaker's life has been thrown for a circle after discovering his kinsman Luna is his son. His and Poppy's secret is safe until Finn can decide what to do. Finn tries to concentrate on work, but he's intruded by his mama, Lee. She informs him that she knows about him and my family, which causes Finn to horrify. Last week, Finn nearly confessed to Steffy about Luna being his son. Still, when Steffy talked about their obstacles, including Luna abducting her, Finn got cold bases. Yet, Steffy could smell commodity was wrong. This week, Steffy visits Taylor and Ridge to bandy her marriage. She says that she and Finn have been through a lot, also voices her reservations. I don't suppose this feeling's ever going to go down, she tells her parents. Steffy and Finn will have another huge challenge when she learns that he's Luna's father. The new team Forrester gathers in the main office for a serious staff meeting. It's time to run those figures and see where effects stand. How will this reporting session go? Will the world learn that Carter's is a massive assiduity hit or a shocking bomb? Statistics don't lie, and the calculation will be right there in front of their faces. Judging by the picture, no bone in the room seems exorbitantly thrilled. Anticipate Bill to sweat pails when Poppy shows up at his door. This is the last person he and Luna need to see right now. It's one thing to keep Luna hidden from Bill's sons, but from her own mama? Will the brace delve? When they see just how worried Poppy is and how frenetically she's searching for her son? It's going to be hard for Luna to stay hidden away while hearing what her mama has to say. Finn and Poppy redefined their heated argument about her keeping Luna's maternity a secret. Poppy prayed Finn not to reveal the verity to Steffy, but he remained equivocal and left her alone in his office. Meanwhile, at Bill's house, Luna informed him that Will and Electra had been there, but she managed to stay retired. Bill, formerly on edge, reminded her that she was basically under house arrest and couldn't risk being caught. When Liam arrived suddenly, Luna had to hide again. Liam questioned Bill's constant absence from work, but Bill assured him that he'd everything under control. At the Forrester manse, Ridge entered news from Justin that there was no legal way to stop Hope and Carter's preemption. Steffy, determined to fight back, set up some solace in the fact that Ridge had revivified his relationship with her mama. As she prepared to celebrate her anniversary with Finn, Ridge expressed his support but reminded her of the peril she had faced because of Luna. Meanwhile, Carter and Brooke doubted the morality of their conduct regarding Forrester Creations. Brooke admitted she still loved Ridge and believed their bond was unbreakable, despite the rift between them. She latterly went to the Forrester manse to see her love. She wore her heart on her sleeve and virtually prayed for remission. Ridge, still viewed her as an adversary due to her alliance with Hope and Carter. At the captivity, Finn desperately searched for Luna but was told she was still in the captivity system but not at this bone. Suspicious, Finn communicated Poppy, who contended with him formerly again, to stay silent. Meanwhile, Steffy disregarded about Finn's offer as she prepared for their anniversary. When Finn eventually arrived, she noticed commodity was out. As she comforted him of their strong bond, he plotted with his feelings. Despite hearing Poppy's voice in his head prompting him to stay quiet, Finn could no longer hold it in. Looking at Steffy, he told her there was commodity she demanded to know. In Finn's office, he brazened Poppy angrily, criminating her of stealing him of a relationship with his son. Poppy tried to explain that she no way intended to deprive him or Luna of anything, but Finn claimed that her conduct had deprived him of a chance to know his child. He also expressed his frustration over how Poppy kept Luna's maternity a secret, which led to him not being there when she demanded him most. Despite Poppy's demurs, Finn was determined that what she did was insupportable. Poppy continued to argue with Finn, averring that she did what she allowed was stylish for him. She prayed him to keep Luna's maternity a secret, stewing that the Verity would destroy any chance for a relationship with Steffy or Luna's family. Still, Finn was bent, knowing he'd the right to know the Verity and that the situation demanded to be addressed. He left the office, determined to tell Steffy what he'd learned, despite Poppy's pleas. Meanwhile, at Bill's house, Will bandied Luna's history with Elektra, revealing that she faked a maternity test to move his father she was his son. He described Luna as a beautiful girl, but noted that she was a miscreant who had killed 2 men, conceivably including her real father. Will made it clear that Luna was now in captivity, where she'd remain for the rest of her life. Elektra asked about her fate, and Will verified that Steffy had exposed Luna's falsehoods and helped bring her down. At Forrester Creations, Brooke and Carter bandied the company's recent changes. Brooke brazened Carter about his part in the preemption, questioning whether he'd any regrets about betraying Ridge and the family. Carter explained that he'd no choice but to take the conduct he did, given the circumstances. Brooke, still, pressed him about the mortal cost of his opinions and how it had affected everyone involved. She suggested that Carter's heart might still be importing heavily on him, and Carter sounded to struggle with the consequences of his conduct. At the same time, Steffy was over with her parents agitating what was going on at Forrester. She assured Ridge her plan was going well and it was only a matter of time before they got their company back. Important like Brooke, Steffy also hoped Carter's guilt would get the stylish of him before they had to ruin his life. In Finn's office, he brazened Poppy, criminating her of knowing all along that he was Luna's father. Poppy denied it, averring she wasn't sure. Finn, frustrated, claimed that Luna was his son and demanded the Verity from her. He reminded her that she had discouraged him from taking the maternity test. Poppy tried to explain that she didn't want him to believe it, but Finn was adamant, pointing out that the test proved he was Luna's father. He raged about how she had kept Luna a secret from him, stealing down the chance to be a part of his son's life. Poppy, regretful and repentant, explained that she had kept Luna from him to cover his future, including his dreams of getting a croaker. But Finn could no longer contain his wrathfulness, feeling that everything he'd worked for was overshadowed by the loss of his son. At Bill's place, Luna picked up a print of Will and noticed the growing pressure in the menage. She eavesdropped a discussion between Will and Elektra about Bill being reclusive, which sounded to confirm Commodity was wrong. Will suspected that his pater was floundering with the disclosure that Luna wasn't his natural son. Luna, hiding from view, smiled slightly as she heeded to them bandy the impact of the situation. In the design office, Steffy continued to map with Zend about their plans to undermine Hope and Carter. She expressed her frustration with their growing influence and her desire to take action. Zend, who was sympathetic, asked about Steffy's plans, which she revealed were set in stir with the help of a friend. At the same time, Daphne Rose wasn't only getting Carter hot under the collar, but she was getting under Hope's skin. Her manipulation games continued until Hope shut it all down. She rushed across the hall to grouch to Steffy about Hope and Carter's connection. All the while, Hope was trying to betray her man, but he'd other effects on his mind. Finn was in his office, reeling from the shocking disclosure that Luna wasn't his kinsman but his son. Refusing to believe the results, he decided to conduct another maternity test. Meanwhile, at Bill's house, Luna acclimated her ankle examiner and made herself comfortable, looking trim as she reflected on her situation. Away, Poppy met with Lee at Il Giardino and revealed that Luna was missing. Lee was shocked as Poppy told her all that went down at the captivity. Back at Il Giardino, Poppy plotted to get information on Luna's whereabouts, and her frustration grew. She entered a call from Finn, demanding to see her incontinently, and she reluctantly agreed. When she arrived at his office, Finn brazened her with the Verity, Luna was his son. Despite Poppy's attempts to redirect, Finn was determined to uncover the Verity about their history. He revealed the alternate maternity test results, attesting his worst fears. Overcome with emotion, Poppy blubbed, as Finn reiterated that he was Luna's father. At Forrester Creations, pressures rose between Hope and Steffy as they disaccorded over leadership and power within the company. Hope pledged not to let Steffy use her as a goat again, while Steffy suggested drastic measures to recapture control. Zend entered the scene and entered praise for his designs, with Hope confident that Forrester was in good hands. Meanwhile, Carter set up himself entangled with the mysterious Daphne Rose, who flirted with him while presenting 2-cent options for their forthcoming launch. When Hope walked in on their intimate moment, Carter nervously explained that he was simply opting a cent. In his office, Finn examined Luna's blood sample, questioning whether Poppy had been voracious with him. Determined to uncover the verity, he swabbed his own impertinence and prepared for a maternity test. As he awaited for the results, his mind contended with recollections, including his competitions with Poppy and the harrowing experience of delivering Steffy from Luna. His anxiety mounted as the timekeeper ticked down, and when it eventually chimed, he dithered before approaching the results. With a deep breath, he picked up the test strip and was hit with the ruinous consummation. It was positive. Overwhelmed, he collapsed into his president, gashes streaming down his face as he rumored the verity to himself. Luna was his son, and Poppy had prevaricated to him. Luna grappled with guilt over her once conduct. She commended in Bill, expressing deep guilt for the detriment she had caused, particularly to Steffy. Though she hadn't intended to hurt anyone, her rage and despair had converted her into someone she slightly honored. She admitted that in the moment, Steffy had simply been a handicap, and she had ignored the fact that she was a woman. And Mama. Now, she was visited by the study of how different Finn's life could have been if Steffy hadn't been saved in time.